I know I probably shouldn't even bring it up, but you remember we almost had a record cold high temperature on Memorial Day. The good news here, though, is that as we head into the 4th of July holiday, we're not looking to make any of these historical weather days for the 4th of July, but I thought it would still be interesting to share some of those historical weather days. 106, the warmest 4th of July back in 1937. How about the wettest with a ½ an inch? Now that would almost be a washout for this area, but that was all the way back in 1914. Now, as we take a look back at weather from the past several years on the 4th of July, it was a hot one last year, if you remember, 101 degrees. I think this year will be a little more reminiscent of the weather from 2019. So we have partly cloudy skies. We get temperatures that are a bit below average for this time of year, even 5 to 7 degrees cooler than average for this time of year. So it'll be a relatively cool day, especially for the mountain areas. Nice and warm here in the valley. And again, watching out for that slight chance of storms. So that's a timeline that's very important for your outdoor planning through the rest of this weekend. Here's our cool front that's going to sweep through the region, and it does give us some instability in the atmosphere. It pumps in a little bit of moisture. You can already see it flowing in that southwest flow a lot. That's also been bringing in the warmth today, but still not 185 degrees in Twin Falls. But what I want to point out to you on this graphic are the cooler temperatures through the Pacific Northwest where the front has already moved through. We won't be into the 60s, but just for some perspective, Seattle, Portland, Bend, about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. So take our temperatures today, shave off about 10 degrees. That's where we should be for highs tomorrow. Probably in the mid 80s for valley locations and in the low to mid 70s for our mountain locations. Maybe a quick shower, thunderstorm later on this evening through the central mountains. Otherwise, just some cloud cover building across the valley locations. By early tomorrow morning, can't rule out a spot sprinkle, maybe a quick little rumble of thunder. Nothing too ornery. We work into the afternoon, though. You start to get that afternoon and evening warming moving through the region, and that would be a little more likely to see some of those storms forming, especially for higher elevations. So as you get up through the west central mountains, Long Valley, into the central mountains as well, your chance goes from about a 20% chance here in the valley to more of a 40% chance as you get up into our mountain valleys. So you may miss it altogether, but you might want to have a plan B on standby if you are planning on camping, boating, hiking, what have you for the weekend. Magic Valley forecast tomorrow, mid to upper 80s, partly cloudy skies, slight chance of storms. A similar story through the central mountains, again shaving off 10 degrees from today's highs to tomorrow's highs, a little more comfortable warmth. You see those lightning bolts showing up here in the west central mountains, most likely area to catch in on some of those thunderstorms. Mid to upper 80s for the valley locations, comfortable warmth in store for us tomorrow. And here's your Independence Day forecast for Monday. This is for the Boise area, 82 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and storms most likely in the mountain areas. And a look at the 7-day forecast, which you can always find, as well as our interactive radar at ktvb.com. We'll be right back.